All right, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is now joining D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser in asking for federal resources to help with the surge of illegal immigrants. Writing, quote, currently, New York City is experiencing a marked increase in the number of asylum seekers who are arriving from Latin America and other regions. You think? In order to both meet the legal mandate as a right to shelter city and provide high-quality shelter and services for those who enter our system, New York City needs additional federal resources immediately. Also, it's a sanctuary city, so once they get there, they can stay. But what about aid for the border towns? Does anyone care about that? Joining us now, someone who does. Mayor pro-tem Yolanda Ramon. Mayor, what do you think about Mayor Adams' complaints?
Good morning. First of all, I feel their sentiment. You know, we've been feeling that for over a year. So good luck to them, you know, getting any help from the federal government, because we've been asking for over a year and we haven't gotten much of that. So I feel their sentiment. I respect the fact that they're concerned about it and that they're asking for that help. I hope they get it because, again, like I said, in the border, we haven't gotten anything like that. So,
right.
You know, good luck to them.
Well, yeah, good luck. They might get it as a New York City, Democratic-run city, as opposed to Texas that people think are a Republican Party problem. But it's an American problem. And listen to these numbers for everybody else to hear. You live it. So far in fiscal year 2022, there's been 1.7 million plus crossing illegally. In 2021, 1.7 million, just under that, 686,000 who have crossed, let alone the gotaways. They say since President Biden left his basement and went to the White House, 4 million and 800,000 getaways. We're all paying for them, and you guys are on the front lines.
Exactly. We're here seeing it. Just last month alone, I asked for the numbers yesterday, and just last month alone, we had 13,000 come through here in 1 month. You know, so over 13,000. I can only imagine, you know, how much more there were. But it is crazy. It is very sad, you know, for some of these people that are seeking asylum. They're, you know, again, it has become a humanitarian issue. You know, the federal government. Again, I would love to see them provide some help to Washington and New York. Because us, like you said, here in the border, we have not gotten any of that.
Yeah,
we're still waiting for it.
Yeah, we paid for a wall to help block. Can't do that with high tech. We've already paid for it, just rotting away in the desert. Here's D.C. Mayor Bowser claiming that migrants are being tricked to get on buses, air conditioned, and go to Washington, D.C. Listen.
We have for sure called on the federal government to work across state lines to prevent people from really being tricked into getting on buses. We think they're largely asylum seekers who are going to final destinations that are not Washington, D.C. I worked with the White House to make sure that FEMA provided a grant to a local organization that is providing services to folks. But I fear that they're being tricked into nationwide bus trips when their final destinations are places all over the United States of America.
They're not being tricked, but this is a problem. Mayor, when illegals pour into the border, where's the strain in your town?
You know, again, we don't have the infrastructure that it takes to house all these people, like she's saying. You know, I think they have a little more of that up there in Washington and New York. We definitely don't here in the border. We're a small community. You know, we don't have the manpower. We don't have the infrastructure. So I hear her pain. But you know what? Busing them to Washington, it's a state initiative. And I don't think you'll find one person in Eagle Pass that says they're not happy with it. You know, we've been going through it for over a year. So I share her sentiment. But again, you know, it is what it is. And they're going over there now. You know, state is sending them over there. And just like she's asking for that federal help, we've been asking for it for over a year. So let's see who gets it for Washington or the small border town here in Eagle Pass.
Right. Meanwhile, the vice president's in New Jersey talking about comparing Roe v. Wade overturned to slavery, and the president of the United States took 2 or 3 days off. We have no idea what he was doing. Meanwhile, you guys don't have that luxury. You don't get a day off from this. Mayor Yolanda Ramon, thanks so much.
Thank you.